Amazing patterns as well. I mean, it does give them quite a benefit in terms of camouflage. Obviously, a lot of their time they do spend in between trees and thicker areas. That's where they get most of their food. So those sort of block markings actually reminds me a lot of that sort of cracked mud effect you get in old pans. We spoke about it yesterday afternoon briefly. One of those mud waterholes or wallow spots. Very similar pattern to that. A little bit of dappled light in between trees. Even an animal as big as these guys, 3-4 meters tall, 12-14 feet, can blend into the environment really well. It does actually give them a fair amount of camouflage as well, despite their massive size. Extremely delicate how they very careful browsing. They're eating again knob thorn, the same as she was eating earlier. Very sharp little hook thorns on it, but combination of things. One is that giraffes have obviously got a very tough mouth and lips, and they also have a very thick, almost like a slimy saliva. Also helps to slide and sort of not get hooked in the thorns as easily, as well as the tongue and the mouth being very, very tough. But yet they're still very delicate as well, mostly just picking the leaves off in between the thorns. A wide variety of leaves they eat as well. They're eating a red bush willow there now. A large percentage of their food does consist of the different acacias, your knob thorns and ankle thorns and sweet thorns and so forth, but they also eat whatever else is available. These combretum leaves that she's browsing are now a little bit sort of harder, brittle leaf, especially earlier in summer when they're still fresh. Good eating, so lots of food types out here for them as well. upper wheel move. Well, I think we're going to move on. We had some awesome giraffe viewing. We're going to just move along the side of them as well. Might see one or two more glimpses of them. Certainly was a nice surprise. One of those things where some days it can be quieter, and in the years of guiding, some people can start worrying about it, but all you have to do is just enjoy the space, enjoy driving out, enjoy the smells and the sounds and the sights and the bush itself. Always find animals, they'll appear. It's one of the things that makes this very exciting, the whole live aspect. Drive around, suddenly there's giraffe. Fantastic. There's always those smaller things as well. Just since we spoke about it earlier, that sort of kind of hibiscus we saw earlier that you don't see very often, the purpley one. This is the more typical hibiscus. On the left, your perfect one facing straight towards the sun. It's a wild hibiscus. This is your more typical. It's sort of almost like a pale yellow, like a green tinted yellow color. And then of course beautiful detail on the inside, the center of the flower to attract the insects. Again, like so many things in nature, sometimes all you have to do is just stop and have a look at it, and you'll start appreciating how beautiful and perfect all of it is. Just look at the shape and the symmetrical design, colors in that flower. Even just look around the detail of it, around it, just the soil and the sand and the grass. Might not be much, but if you start looking at it, you'll notice just how beautiful it is, the different colors, how they mix, even just the shape of the grass blades. The way the wind is playing with it. A little bit more left, about 15 minutes or so of the drive. Let's see if we can find one or two last interesting surprises for the morning. That's good. Sorry about these funny noises I make sometimes, but I just burst over a dead stick there that was potentially flat tire stuff, but it wasn't. And we're going to get another look at the giraffe as well. And we're going to get to have another look at the giraffe as well. It's a bit better. Look at a pregnant female. Oh, don't move, don't move. Very pregnant female. Just look at that belly. She's a little bit shy, but I would guess she's going to be having a calf anywhere in the next few months. Month or so. She's moving off as well. We have to go the same way as she's heading down that road. So we might get another look at her as we come alongside her again.